Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me is my two co-hosts.
It's your boy, Chayse.
And it's your boy, Nick.
Your first topic today is going to be The Mandalorian, Episode 2. This one called The Passenger. In this episode, we have the Mandalorian who, again, goes to seek information from the mechanic, a character I just hate. What's her name again?
I don't remember the character's name, but she's played by Amy Sedaris, who's a very good comic actress. She's in a lot of stuff. Most recently, she was in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as a small recurring character. But yeah, her comic styling and this show, they do not mix.
No, it feels like a completely different show every time she's on. And this is directed by...
Feels very prequel-y.
Yeah. And this episode's directed by Peyton... Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say this whole episode kind of felt comedically out of tone the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Who's it directed by?
Peyton Reed. He did Ant-Man. So it's kind of like the Marvel-Disney connection there. He did the 2 Ant-Man movies. It's written by Jon Favreau. And in this episode, you have the Mandalorian goes for information to the mechanic character. Then she says, okay, well, it's again a situation where I know this person who might know this other person who knows the Mandalorian that can help you get the other information that you need. And he basically she hooks him up with this frog alien creature who has to go to her planet carrying these eggs, and so he has to basically be her Uber driver and take her to her planet. And she says, well, on my planet, my husband knows somebody that knows that is a Mandalorian and everything like that, so on this planet. So and when they're going on their journey, they bump into some rebellion pilots, 2 rebellion pilots, and end up crashing on an ice planet. To my knowledge, it's not Endor. Not Endor, I'm sorry. Hoth, to my knowledge. It's not Hoth. Okay. Which would have been, I would have had to flip over my computer if they said it was Hoth. I think, this episode, it feels really filler to me. This whole thing, again, going to the mechanic for information, again, having to, it's like, well, I know this person knows this other person who knows this man who may be a Mandalorian on this planet who can get me the information I need. Like I said, the humor stuff didn't really work all that well, because she's carrying around these eggs, and these eggs are basically the thing that's going to save her species, because they're the last things on Earth of their species in order for it to continue. So there's this running joke where Baby Yoda keeps eating the eggs. I don't know. I don't think
gotta sell that Baby Yoda doll.
Yeah,
man.
Pretty much. There's so many times where he just looks like a little puppet. You know what I mean? And he picks him up. And you know what I mean? And sometimes it just looks so much like a little puppet that they're working. He's eating the eggs. I thought a lot of that stuff didn't work. There's times, when they're going to the planet and they crash, there's him talking to the aliens, I have no idea what you're saying, because she speaks, this frog language, I have no idea what you're talking about. And you would think, because the Mandalorian, he keeps coming to this mechanic for information. Him being a bounty hunter, you would think that he would have various amounts of contacts with people, amongst the galaxy, that he would know, that he could get in touch with, other than this one person. You'd think he'd maybe bring in Carl Weathers, maybe bring him in, from last season. He seems like a guy who's very well connected. Gina Carano, you think she's also another well-connected person that can help him find another Mandalorian. But no, it's just keep going to the same mechanic. I think, again, show looks gorgeous. When they're doing the space battle, I think, with the 2 rebellion pilots, that looks really good. And when they finally crash on the planet, by the way, this is going to be spoilers, by the way, just to fully discuss the episode. When they crash on the planet, and they encounter these spider creatures. You know what I mean? Like these basically kind of like some just spiders from Lord of the Rings, or something like that. Like these huge spiders. Which again, Baby Yoda he just likes putting stuff in his mouth. I don't know, just likes to eat random shit.
That's kind of like an actual baby. They're always like reaching for stuff and trying to eat it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, and that causes like all these spiders to come after them and everything like that. Looks good. I mean, the spiders look good. But it just, like I said, this episode just felt really pointless and just kind of just unnecessary, especially when you only have 8 episodes to really get this season done. How did you guys feel about it?
Felt like an anime filler episode.
I feel like this show, and especially last season, this show has a pacing problem. On paper, when you have 8 episodes, you have a show that is just entirely driven by your entire season arc. But yet, like a third of the episodes of last season were all filler. Like you could cut them out entirely and nothing would change.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's happening again with this season. And and while a lot of it was filler, yeah, the effects are really good. I kind of like the kind of demystifying, like there's a scene where he's like getting pulled over by two New Republic pilots that actually I felt like if it was taken a different tone, it could have like built up some actual tension, but I feel like they're trying to play it for laughs and it wasn't particularly funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I chuckled, but there was nothing in this that was laugh out loud. And some things I liked, the ice spiders. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck those spiders. Those were actually like really creepy. Yeah. I mean, I'm already like irrationally scared of spiders, and yeah, that shit made my skin crawl.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
And I'm so glad that. Whereas the first season, I felt like they were doing a lot of typical new Disney era of fan service. I feel like they're kind of pulling back on that with this season. Like with the first episode, they were using a lot of fan service, but they were also doing it right. They were making it a part of the story. And this episode, it's more along the lines of what they were doing with the first season. However, they aren't forcing like any of the creatures we saw on Empire, and as far as we can tell, this isn't even the same planet. So, thank God.
Yeah. Chayse, what about you?
Yeah, I just think it's a filler episode. I don't know. No, none of the comedic beats really hit for me. Watching Baby Yoda massacre an entire species was not as funny as I thought it would be. But
it was funny like the first time he does it, but then the joke keeps repeating.
Yeah, and then you see that she has like 4 eggs left. I'm just like, damn, how is she supposed to repopulate this species
like,
now?
What the fuck?
Like, dude,
it's
banjos intensify.
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, they're gonna all. Well, they were gonna have to do that anyway. To be honest with you, Nick. There just would have been more of them to do that, but they're still gonna have to sister fuck anyway.
It's kind of tough to talk about this episode because it's so kind of nothing.
Yeah.
It's doesn't really add.
You could
go ahead. And this kind of feels like a letdown, especially considering how the last episode ends with teasing Boba Fett. And I thought that was where they were going when this first starts, because he's like on Tatooine, he's like he's running back to a ship, and he gets fucking ambushed by bandits. And I thought that was the direction this episode was going, and I was like so hyped. And then Amy Sedaris walks in, and all of that hype goes away.
It's an escort mission.
And Pretty much, yeah. It's like an escort mission from an open world video game. You know what I mean? Same thing of like, hey, if you want this information from me, you gotta go get me bread from this other 2 towns away. Like, bitch, I ain't playing Skyrim. What the fuck am I watching here? You know, like, come on, you know. But like you said, like this episode opens up with an action scene, just like how the first episode opened with. Like he's being ambushed by these bandits, and you know, kind of opens up the same way. You know, the first episode did. Same structure too, as well. You know, gets information from the mechanic, tries to do this thing for this mechanic in order to get the information. So same structure. So I hope in the third episode they don't do that again.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I really hope that when he goes, like the episode picks up after this one, he goes to the planet, maybe tries to search around, finds the Mandalorian, and things take off from there. So I really hope it's not gonna be just that again.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
Because
I
was just gonna say, there's not enough episodes to have filler. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. This episode feels like it belongs on like a network TV length season.
Yeah.
Like if the season was like 22 episodes, then this would be fine.
But we got 8 episodes.
But yeah, we got 8 30 to 45 minute episodes. You got to move this shit along. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, you don't have that luxury to mess around. You know what I mean, you got 8 episodes. You got to do it, you know.
And like I often compare this to Cowboy Bebop, where they do have isolated filler episodes, but it's more so like each episode kind of adds something to the characters, or you get to see something new out of the characters.
Yeah.
Even if it is filler, we didn't learn or see anything new from any of the characters outside of, you know, Baby Yoda likes to eat people's eggs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nothing
really.
Yeah, and I feel like the show could take some lessons from this, probably outside of it, but like the first season of The Flash, where that over the length of that season, it was really balancing the villain or threat of the week with an overarching season-long story. And even the filler episodes of that first season, they were still like progressing each character's arc.
Yeah.
And here we're not learning anything new about the world. We already know Mando's a fucking badass.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Any final thoughts? Rating?
Man, I hate to give this a bad rating, but it's a 4. 4.
Damn, 4. Holy shit.
4. Yeah, for me, considering like the tease of Boba Fett that we got at the end of the first episode and how great that first episode was, I rewatched it right before I saw this new one and really loved it. And yeah, this just feels like kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
It's like watching The Last Jedi after The Force Awakens.
I like The Last Jedi. I think that's the 3rd best Star Wars movie. But
all right. Let me rephrase that. It's like seeing The Rise of Skywalker after watching like Rogue One.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a better comparison. Yeah.
And yeah, this the effects look great as they always do on the show. The action is really well done.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
yeah, but this is definitely one of the weaker episodes of the show. It's 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm probably right where you are. 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, light 6, strong 5. For me, I feel like there's not really much to talk about really with this episode. You know, I thought it was kind of just filler, meandering along, which you don't have the luxury to do with 8 episodes. I thought you don't really learn anything particularly new in this episode that's that interesting. It was nice to see the Rebel pilots be effective, you know, I guess, and see them actually be good at what they do, other than just the main core people that you usually see. So that was kind of nice. It also gives it a little bit of an insight of, you know, the life in the galaxy after the Empire, because you see like it's just like what Timothy Oliphant was talking about, you know, like where the Empire falls, and then you have this. It's like power is like a vacuum. I mean, somebody has to fill that, and that like it's so somebody has to do something. So there's this new evil that comes. So now that the Empire's gone, what is the rebellion doing to maintain order, try to fix things in the galaxy, kind of have that, kind of maintain that sense of order. And so seeing them kind of like going around patrolling, I mean, that gives a little bit of an insight of what the rebellion is doing now since the Empire has fell. So I like that aspect a little bit. Again, I mean, it looks gorgeous. The show looks gorgeous. We talk about that every week when we discuss the show. We talked about that last time when we discussed season 1, how good the show looks on this budget. I don't know how much they're spending per episode with this. But yeah, spiders looked really good. The ice planet looked really good. The dog fight that he had with the rebel pilots looked good. But like I said, it just doesn't really add anything. And I just thought, having this the Mandalorian redemption, kind of episode, you know what I mean? Like it's like a kind of a video game side mission. And the worst type of side missions too, the escort mission. That's like the worst type of side mission. So to have that, I just was like, I was just kind of disappointed in this one. So yeah, I mean, I'd give it probably like maybe low 6, 5, somewhere around that territory for me.
You guys?
Before we move on, there's something else that just came to mind when you brought up the rebel pilots. There are like threads continuing from season 1. Like one of them, he was one of the pilots from the Bill Burr episode.
Oh, okay.
Like that prison break episode, and it was like following up threads with that.
Yeah.
Which I actually thought was really, if cliche, it was at least handled well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think,
yeah.
I think if they continue to explore the rebels' kind of not negligence, but kind of like ineptitude with ruling, I feel like that could be a good like prelude to what happens with the First Order in New Trilogy. And though we want to forget that exists, I feel like doing that justice at least could kind of make me a little bit better.
Yeah.
But do you guys?
Well, I mean, this is.
I was gonna ask. Do you guys have any like theories or ideas about like what happened next episode?
No, I mean, I usually keep that stuff pretty much under wraps mostly. Like, there's not even a title for the new episode I see, or anything.
Yeah, this show's really good about like not releasing like previews for upcoming episodes, keeping it very much up in mystery.
How long do you think it's gonna take for us to get the Boba Fett fight?
Probably last episode.
If it's the last episode, I'm giving up on this fucking show.
Yeah, nah.
Damn already, bro.
That's too slow.
I won't give up, but it's fucking aggravating.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have like the threat of Space Gus Fring in the background with the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's you still you got to play around with that, see what he's doing. Like they got a lot of threads from season 1 that you can't just be messing around.
That 6 episodes left and you haven't even touched on.
Yeah. So
like not even a cameo.
But I mean, it being but I mean, you could extend. You could do an hour and a half, one episode, maybe hour and 15 another episode to really do a lot of stuff. So. So that's how we felt about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, The Passenger. Just so you know, where you can find us, Twitter, The Afternoon Tune, Facebook, The Afternoon Tune. If you want to catch us, send us an email, let us know your thoughts, send in a question, theafternoontune@gmail.com. Just everything, The Afternoon Tune. We're also available where everybody listens to podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Anchor. Wherever you all listen to podcasts, we'll be there. You can always check us out. Nick, where you want people to find you?
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Night and Day Nick.
All right, Chase.
And you can find me at Mr. Chayse Mac. That is spelled MrChayse Mac, MAC. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm there.
All right, nice.
How about
And
you?
to
How about you,
people-
Josh? Do you want to plug your personals or?
Oh, I'm always, monitoring the Afternoon Tune Twitter, Afternoon Facebook. So, hey, if you ever want to talk to me, I'm usually the person that's monitoring those things. Also, don't forget YouTube, do all that fun stuff you all know to do. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. Know what to do. Leave a comment, constructive criticism. Let us know what we did wrong. Let us know what we did right. Hope you all enjoyed listening to the show. If you didn't, of course, always let us know. To all those people,
Nah, don't. Keep that to yourself.
no negativity at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God K-pop Twitter hasn't canceled us yet.
Oh my God, I know.
That video is
I'm
actually
surprised
doing pretty well. I was checking the video. It's doing pretty well. The one we uploaded.
Yeah.
It's doing okay. Doing pretty well.
Any dislikes?
No.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's doing
Sick.
okay. All right. So to all you people out here listening to this, whenever you're listening to this, don't forget to always stay tuned.